Hey, welcome back onto my channel. So we just took a short commercial break. And please, guys, as you are coming to this channel, as I said to you, it's a new channel. I'm just coming up. Please don't forget to subscribe. Make sure you go to that part, where it says subscribe. Just subscribe and make sure that you go on the notification where they are telling you, to receive all the live when I'm coming to you. So today we are looking into a very important topic, of momentum and impulse. As I said to you, this is going to be a very important topic, especially, for you who are in grade 12. So I was talking about, the importance of you considering, please underline this word, the mass of the object that your teacher or examiner is presenting to you. Take note of the mass. What is a mass? We are talking about issues of kilograms. Is it 2 kg? How small, how big is the mass they are talking about? So you as a student of science, because as I said to you, momentum and impulse falls under mechanics. So you can find yourself one day as one of the most powerful mechanical who is going to be a partaker, in the construction, especially of our continent, Africa, because I've got, a simple drive within myself, to see that one day we are going to reconstruct the continent of Africa. So we are going to need, engineers. We are going to need mechanics. We are going to need, you young people who are just finishing, your high school. So you need to begin to understand the mass, the issue of magnitude. When we talk about momentum, in the first, video, I was explaining to you what must come, to your mind when your teacher is talking about the issue, of momentum. I talked about, the aspect of quantity. You need to understand the mass, kg, 20 kg, 17.4 kg, 1,500 kg. Yeah? So they will talk about those different. So just underline, because it will assist, when you are studying the first topic, that you learn in your metric, in your grade 12. You are going to open your book in your physical sciences, and you'll find they'll be talking about issues of momentum and impulse. So we're going to start, with momentum. Then later on in the other videos that shall be coming, we're going to discuss the issue of impulse. So you have to break, this topic into two. So the first part, the first aspect that you need to begin to understand as a student is the issue of momentum. So I gave you an example. When different masses are presented to you, they are presented on your table. Different masses are presented, on your desk. You need to understand the magnitude, the size. Are we dealing with, a small size? Oftentimes, of course, they like giving you maybe that of a tennis ball, so they will talk about issues maybe of a certain person is got maybe. So how big, how small, or how big is the ball that they have presented to you? Or instead of me using that word, we can use a general term, which I'll say the object. Aha, I like that. Why do I say I like the word object? I mean, we can study anything. We can study the mass of a chair. We can study the mass of a laptop. We can study the mass of a television, the mass of a building, etc. So you need to understand, you put it on paper. This mass that I am dealing with whatsoever, how small or how huge the type of a mass. Are you going to find yourself in construction? Hey, by the way, I don't want to go there because I'll be annoyed, because I don't want to get annoyed. I'm not impressed with the type of education that you are getting. Education must become practical. We need to move away from this useless education every time it's theories. So you need to begin to drift away, instead of you thinking about every time things on paper. Think about things practically. So when they are talking about issue of mass, think about different objects, you see, that you come across. It could be your shoes. Even your shoes has got mass. You've seen, if you went in your kitchen, you'll find different objects. All of them, they come with different mass. Hey, if you looked into a construction, all those different components that they put together, they have come with different what? Different masses. Is it making sense? By the way, I'll keep on singing this song. Don't worry about the quality of the picture. We're gonna improve. I can promise you. One day we're gonna improve. One day we're gonna get a crystal clear picture. I'm just starting, So they are set some of the equipment that we need to purchase, that we need to buy, so that the broadcast, the channel, everything become successful. So as I'm talking to you, you need to have a pen and a paper. While sir is talking, you are summarizing. Oh, this man today is talking about you must become, familiar with different quantities. And he's saying that when we talk about different quantities, we are simply talking about, different kg, kilograms, 2 kg, 1 kg, whatsoever. Even those things of your grams, because maybe something is not a kg, 2 grams, 4 grams, etc. Why is that so important? Some of you shall become medical doctors. You need to give a dosage to your patient. You need to understand, is it 2 meals that I'm supposed to give to my patient, whatsoever. You pick the point. So it's very, very important that you understand issues of quantity, magnitude, the size, how big, So momentum, I'm still building. I'm going to give you a definition of momentum in a short while, but I'm still promoting you putting things down on paper. This is going to become a wonderful, wonderful club, It's going to be one of the most successful channel. So we're going to find ourselves learning different stuff, this and that, an African child and beyond, European, American, Asian, all of us, we are one. Let's be united and make, planet Earth to become a beautiful place. I love that. We must love each other. Let's show love. Let's show kindness, We must stop killing each other. It's not good, guys, please. Okay. So, let me point this. Hey, under your topic of momentum, I'm now starting. In momentum, ladies and gentlemen, you must begin to understand the 2 combinations. How many? 1, 2 combination. And that's what's going to make you to begin to understand the topic of momentum. 1 is the mass. 2 is the velocity. Okay? Mass times velocity. Did you pick that? Under momentum, there are 2 things that you're supposed to master. That you suppose, immediately they talk about momentum, you need to say, what is momentum? So momentum of an object is the product. Did I say product? What is product? Multiplication. In your mathematics, when you talk about a sum is a what? A sum is an addition. When you talk of a product, what is a product? You've seen things of a factor, So you need to understand that language. So when you talk about issue of a product, it means it's a multiplication. 2 times 2. 7 times 7. 10 times 10. That one is 100. I think that one is simple, isn't it? So you need to understand when you deal with issues of momentum, ladies and gentlemen, momentum of an object. Hey, you, listen. I said momentum of an object. I'm talking about different objects. It could be a building. It could be a book. It could be a ball. It could be anything. So you need to understand, put it on paper. Momentum of an object is the product of the mass of that object. So you need to know the mass of the object the examiner or your teacher is talking about. Is it 20 kg? Is it 4 kg? I don't know. You are going to see it in your paper because, I mean, guys, we cannot be, rigid, static. I mean, figures can change. They can talk about 10 kg. Another paper will be talking about 17.2 kg, isn't it? So just take note of that, the mass. So when you come to momentums, oh, that gentleman I saw on YouTube, he was telling me that when you talk about momentum, he said momentum is the product of the mass of an object and its velocity. Now, you need to know what is velocity. I hope you know the difference between velocity and speed. You've learned about what you call vector and what is this? Forgetting, what do we call those? But I'll mention it, there's a, what do we call it? It's skipping my mind, but I'm going to remember it, you see? So you need to understand what I'm dealing with. This velocity is a vector quantity. What do I mean? It will give you what you call, they will tell you the magnitude, the size, 20 kilometers per hour. That's the size. 70 kilometers per hour. But they will give you also the direction. So the other one that I was forgetting is the scalar quantity. I was forgetting that, sorry. So the vector quantity and the scalar quantity. So when you talk of, momentum, ladies and gentlemen, I like this, is a vector quantity. Why do I say it's a vector quantity? It's because they will tell you the magnitude, the size, of the object, plus, did you pick that? Plus the direction. Where is this vehicle going? 20 kilometers per hour in the eastern direction. Hey, I like that. 50 kilometers per hour towards the north. 70 kilometers per hour upwards. Maybe you want to go to the moon. Hey, it's a long time people went to the moon. How about if you and I had to go back, So we need to know that supersonic speed we're going to use, how many kilometers per hour and in which direction. So I said to you, what is momentum? Momentum of an object, any object, is the product. So you suppose us to multiply, it's a very simple thing, just a multiplication. So you're just supposed to multiply those two, things, which is, this one is now the formula for momentum. Momentum is equal to mass times velocity. Simple. Where's my glass of water? I wish I had some water nearby. I don't have any bad teacher. I'm supposed to put a glass of water, nearby so that when I speak a nice point, then I sip. In fact, you need to improve from water, maybe, and I don't drink beer. So, no, I cannot put a glass of wine. Do I drink wine? No. I'm a child of God. Do children of God drink wine? I don't know. It's up to you. So, momentum, ladies and gentlemen, I said it is the product. The product of what? The mass of the object. Ooh, it's a big building, So you need to know its mass. A big engine, machine that you are dealing with, you need to know its mass. 20 newtons, 90 newtons, 70 newtons, whatsoever it is. So take note of the mass. That's what I'm saying to all of you. So you see how you are building under momentum. So the most important thing under momentum is for you to notice the mass of the object. Number two, you need to notice, the velocity of the same object. Now, momentum, we use symbols. So you're going to find they'll put a small letter P, not M. Momentum, I understand, start with the letter M. But M has been taken by another, which is mass. Mass use M, So to avoid confusion, we leave M for mass. Then momentum is going to be given, what you call a small letter P. Then you're going to notice that on top, there will be an arrow. So they will put a P, then on top, there is going to be an arrow. That gives you what I was just talking about, that momentum is a vector quantity. The arrow is telling you the direction. Where are we going? We have started, this journey to the west, So you have given me the direction. We are going to the west. Journey to the east, you have given me the direction. We are going to the east, Journey to the south, you have given me the direction. Journey to the north, northwest, southwest. So all those are directions. 20 kilometers per hour in the northwest direction. Maybe you want to go to Northwest Province. So that's a direction, So you are pointing to me. So look at your compass. Oh, pilots. Ooh. How do pilots know their destination? They've never been to this place, I mean, they need to know how to navigate. They need to understand the compass. They need to understand the direction, the vector quantity. Where are we going? Are we going to pass, at 90 degrees, somewhere there? Then you point. Are we going to pass at 250 degrees? So you need to understand the direction of the object. Maybe it's a rocket. We need to go to other parts of the universe, this and that. So begin to understand. I have already given to you the formula for momentum. Momentum is equal to mass times velocity. Now, your final answer, for example, if the momentum you've got maybe is 20 kg, what you're going to do, you're going to just say 20 times that velocity, 20 kilometers maybe per minute or per second. We use the second, by the way. Now, your final answer, the units, if you say 2 times 20, it will be 40, eh? You must say 40 kilometers. 40 kilometers per second. So, am I confusing myself there? I said, sorry, should I see why I'm confused? I wanted to use kg. Sorry, I was confusing the two things. Maybe let's use kilograms. You say 20 kg per meter per second to the power of -1. So that's how your final answer is going to be. So take note of all those things. 50 kg per meter per second. Then you put on top to the power of -1. I think I'm gonna give you maybe a practical example so that you can maybe understand what I'm talking about. Let's imagine, maybe there is a block, because sometime in your exam or in school, they give you maybe a picture of a certain block. So let's think or assume that you've got a 5 kg block. Okay, so you've got this block which is the 5 kg. So it's moving in a straight line, and those are things you must be thinking about. You know, physical science is so sweet, it's so nice, you know, because this is visual. You can even visualize what's happening, you know. So you say, oh, 5 kg. Okay, this is 5 kg. So this object is moving, you know, so on a straight line. That is the what you call horizontal, isn't it? So it's moving, maybe from this point. So there it goes in a straight line at 2 meters per second. Now, did you pick? I have given you 2 units. I spoke about 5 kg, but I've also spoken about 2 meters per second. What is that 5 kg? That's a mass. What is that 2 meters per second? That's a velocity to the northern direction. It's going to the north. Then your examiner asks a question to say, determine the momentum of that block. Come on, guys. You even need a glass of water. It will be 10 what? 10 kg meters per second to the north. You need to tell me the direction. Don't forget that. If they say to the left, you say to the left. If they say to the right, you say to the right. So the momentum of that block is going to be 10 kg per meters per second to the right. This is my right hand. Or to the left if you are going the other side. Simple. Is that difficult? I don't think so. So I hope you've got a clue. There is an athlete, those guys in athletics. Those athletes, you call them athletes, those guys who run. They've got different mass, isn't it? So let's think this guy is 60 kg. So this guy is running. So again, I said 60 kg. Does it mean that all people who are in athletics are 60 kg? No. They can put 40 kg. They can put 70 kg. But I'm saying, okay, let's say the mass of this person is what? 60 kg. And is moving at a constant momentum. Did you pick that? Constant momentum. It's not changing. It's moving at a constant momentum of 96. Did you pick that? 96 kg per meter per second in an eastern direction. Then there is a determine the velocity of this athlete. So the formula for momentum, it's P is equal to M times V, mass times velocity. Now, listen to what I'm going to tell you. I think this one, you need to listen. Mass is not a vector quantity. Mass is a scalar quantity. Mass doesn't give us any direction. If I say something is 20 kg, just 20 kg, you know, but velocity gives us direction. 96 kg per meter per second in the eastern direction. Are you picking what I'm saying there? Now, since I have given to you the momentum, what is your momentum? What is your mass? What is your velocity? That's just a simple mathematical, you know, operation. So if you do your P is equal to M times V, you plug in the known. And when you do that calculation, you're going to see your final answer. It will give you something like, 1.6 meters per second in the eastern direction. So we take a small break, then we shall continue. Thank you.